Kilpailussa mukana Ramirent. Kotikatsomon eväät tarjoaa Kotipizza.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to some more disc golf media coverage. We're coming at you with the third stop on the Prodigy Disc Pro Tour. Got the MPO lead card, round 2 back 9 coverage. I'm Tony Ferro.
And with him, Connor Wood. Very excited to see how our players finish out round 2 today, looking to set themselves up for that final ultimate round 3. I think we're going to see some fantastic disc golf here.
Had a heated battle going on this front 9. Lots of one-stroke, two-stroke swings with the entire card. Got Niklas pulling away just a little bit, but we still have 27 holes to go. We can check out this leaderboard here. You can see top 4 is right on each other's heels, with the rest of the crowd not too far behind at all.
And Niklas on track with his first round performance of 5 down and 5 down through the 9s, so he seems to be getting a very similar momentum here today as to round 1.
You are correct. I did not realize that. He has been doing a consistent 5 down, 5 down, 5 down. Well, let's see if he can't do 5 down again as we get into hole number 10. Par 3, 112 meters. Again, you have this soft bump off of the tee, kind of negates your view of the basket. But you're just going to have this wide open fairway once you get out the gap. Looking for a soft backhand righty flex shot. Hyzering in at the end. This green's a bit more wood chip filled. Might get a little less ground play than we've been seeing.
Coming in as the third easiest hole of this round. Let's see Niklas now. Looking for that flex play that you mentioned. Look at the flight, maybe a bit of air bounce.
Maybe a bit deep. Oh,
a bit
squeaking
deep.
over
I
the
think he's happy
top.
with that one. Squeaking over.
Just over the top of the basket and just a little bit long. Seppo looking to follow that line. That was about as good as you want to do it.
Also firing a bit deep, but just nestling up to that tree. Also looking to be within the circle.
My gosh, that's like 2 ace runs on 2 drives.
Topias with a similar shape. Can he catch the same fade?
Well, I sure do like that.
Last second fade. Maybe perhaps a small bounce off those trees.
Little short, just outside the circle.
But that's a look, no doubt. Lauri up next.
Hyzer flip. And anteing a little bit.
I think perhaps a slightly lower speed disc. And a bit of flare at the end. But an open look. No trees in his way.
He should also be just outside the circle. Lauri will be up first for the birdie putt.
You got this, Lauri. Skimming that left link. A bit of weak side from him. But with a long look.
Very solid attempt.
Absolutely. Seppo now, up next. The stepper just going past it.
Just a little off today with that stepper. We've seen in past events he has been clutch with that step putt.
Perhaps some timing. We'll see if Topias can snag his 2. And also just floating over the right side. Perhaps some needed putts to maintain momentum with Anttila here.
And right here with this putt, he can take another stroke on the entire card, extending his lead to yet another stroke.
I think unfamiliar with the pressure. I like that he takes his time.
This would be a confidence boost in my head. Oh, just short.
Perhaps felt it a little bit. You know, sometimes the card gets a certain vibe when putts are missing chains.
You feel like the basket's got a force field around it or something.
Suddenly, sales for magnets go through the roof. There we go. Confident recovery for the par there.
And
Seppo as
unfortunate
well.
to see the lead card not capitalizing on this. All had birdie looks. All pretty open birdie looks nonetheless.
And as mentioned, the third easiest of the day. So for perhaps a little hiccup from our lead card here.
Well, let's get into one that I think there's going to be a few birdies on. Hole 11, par 3, 87 meter. This is your island hole for the course. We've got these banners and the wood logs outlining our island here.
Beautifully framed.
We've been seeing before, it's pretty easy to go long on this hole. You don't want to keep it too short.
And this is a bit of a pick your shape scenario, whatever your most confident 87 meters is.
Oh, but the wind took that one real quick.
And definitely out of bounds. Niklas there. I do believe he will proceed to the drop zone.
Seppo up, trying to keep it a bit flatter than Anttila, but the wind took that as well. And he will also be heading to the drop zone.
Topias perhaps has a read now on the wind. We'll see if he can make that correction. It looks a bit high, though.
Oh!
Manages to keep himself in bounds.
The last stake post
Yep.
just keeping him into the island. Great break from Topias.
He'll definitely be happy to see that. Approaching. Lauri now with the forehand hyzer.
Oh, but it's too wide.
As 3 of our 4 players proceed to the drop zone. This hole today played as the third most difficult, averaging over par. So perhaps some wind in play here.
The flag does not seem to be blowing that much, but the reaction from the discs says otherwise.
And Niklas there not making the drop zone putt a little bit over the top. Definitely a tricky one. Seppo now. A bit of Anheuser.
Oh, that looked so clean.
I like that approach in the headwind.
That was beautiful angle execution from Seppo to keep the wind out of play. He almost cashed that.
Lauri taking his chance. He gives it a bit of floaty height, but drops it down for his tap in as well. Niklas might have a little bit left. He did fly over the top, if I recall.
Yeah, we still have not seen Topias putt yet, so he is closer than Niklas. Oh, wow. That looked like a windy putt.
Absolutely. He unfortunately cards the bogey with his early out of bounds. Topias for his birdie.
To take 2 on the card.
There you go, the confident stroke. Well done to Topias there, catching that last stake and taking advantage of a good break.
That's way to capitalize on that break.
Lauri as well, and unfortunately Seppo. This hole was not too friendly today.
I did not expect that. I really did not expect that. Well, let's move on to hole number 12. Par 4, 160 meters. This winding through the woods. You do have OB on the left side, I believe, but that's not really coming into play as soon as you get into these trees, you are in jail. Best bet is to place your shots in the fairway. Don't bite off too much. Keep it in the center. Keep it under control. Try to get yourself up and down in 2 and give it a look for that birdie putt.
And if you folks were to join us on the round 1 coverage, we did shout out a man on this card, Seppo, for his eagle in round 1. Excited to see if he tries to cover a similar line here.
Well, I would love to see it.
Topias up first, looking for his forehand. Love the form, as mentioned previously, splits the fairway beautifully and nestles himself right out in the open. A fantastic shot by Topias. Perhaps even enough right to look at the basket.
Possibly, or just a short approach from there. It's not the longest par 4, but it's definitely got some teeth on it with all these trees.
And Niklas showing also a beautiful backhand line, flipping over a lower speed disc and making his way up the fairway.
I think Seppo's going for it again. He's got a distance driver in his hand, turning it over, but it looks too wide left. It's going to... Oh, no.
I thought he might be a magician there, sneaking through those trees. Looks like he got past the initial tree line, but just one after another. Very tough gap.
Yeah, he would need Lady Luck on his side for that tee shot, but that will put him in the jail. Let's see if he has a line to get out of there. Lauri as well, ricocheting left. This is going to be trouble.
Very tough kick. Let's see his choice of scramble here. Looking to be perhaps a forehand roller.
Oh, he didn't get all the way out, though. He's still going to be in the rough.
I think he looks to be at the edge of it. I think he
Just
just got
at
to
the
that
edge?
last tree. A little double
Oh,
bounce.
yeah, okay. He did get a little roll out of the woods, but overcooked his second approach, and that's going to leave him circle 2's edge to save the par.
Absolutely. Topias now not quite able to see a clear line to the basket, but an absolutely well-placed shot regardless, and he curls that one up, fades it out.
Making this hole look easy. Sidearm, hyzer, backhand, Annie, park, job, birdie. Well, Seppo looks to have something. Squeaking it through all the trees, going around the backside.
He just missed every single tree there, ladies and gentlemen. That was magical.
That was amazing. Let's see. Niklas had just about the best drive that you could possibly want on this. Looking to be about 50 meters out with the sidearm hyzer.
And low to the ground, perfect control, scoops his way up for the birdie.
Right in the bullseye.
For par.
Lauri. Oh! It's
Lauri
in!
drops the hammer on the card, says, look, I'm scrambling off the first, perhaps the worst placement he could have kicked off his first shot, and commandingly brings back the par. Stare down.
Oh gosh, the infamous top band and in.
Seppo taking his birdie as well. Sneaking through, the wizard that he is. Well done. Perhaps not a very recreatable line, but a birdie is a birdie.
And we are seeing some awesome plays on this hole from this lead card here. 3 birdies and a par. From a couple of those drives, I would have not expected that outcome. Lucky number 13. Par 3, 108 meters. Dealer's choice, got to pick either right side or left side of these trees right in the middle of the fairway. I think we're going to see some soft hyzers coming from most of these players with the backhand righty toss. And just land that disc as flat as possible on this very, very undulated ground.
Definitely some tumultuous terrain there. Bit of ground play to keep him honest. We'll see how this hole turns out. Topias having a good showing on the box so far. Two strokes behind Anttila now.
And that looks a bit wide right. Squeaks through all the trees, though. And that will put him well in the circle.
Definitely a very clean throw. Anttila to match. Takes a similar line, perhaps a bit less wide. Curling it in. There's that ground play we mentioned, a bit of an off-ramp down the green. Tough to see if he slid away or if he settled.
Looks to be about circle's edge left. It should not be much, not too much to deal with for the young man.
And Seppo perhaps a flip up inside line.
Yeah, that looked early out of the hand. And yeah, he did catch some tree branches on the left side. That will leave him well short.
But not in the trees.
Very true. Still in the fairway.
And Lauri now with a few good examples to try and follow. Keeps it up, also perhaps a little bit inside, but sneaks just around the tree line and settles at the edge. He should have a edge of circle putt, it looks like. The hit me tree coming through clean on this round, not catching any of our lead card.
Well done, boys. Seppo up first. Stepper. Oh, gosh, that was so long in the air.
And just a beautiful shape. A tad more and he might have gotten it there. A good bid. Lauri now off the knee, perhaps obstructed. Looks like he's weighing his options.
Seems to have a pretty straight look at it.
He has that eye of the tiger right now, locked in.
Oh, yeah.
Fires it out for the birdie from the edge of the tree line. Very well done.
That's 2 big putts in a row from this man. Keep it going. Let's take a look at that again. From the knee, straddle putt. Just catching enough chains on the left side to keep it in the cage.
A little dance on the edge to make him sweat, but drops right in for the birdie. Topias now with 2 in a row. He'd be looking to cement the turkey. Oh, but again, perhaps the little curse sneaking in there. Topias just scraping off the edge.
Possibly just too fast on the putt. We're releasing it out.
And you can see
Niklas.
he didn't get too much ground play. Routine looking birdie for him. Our leader making his way to 16 down. 3 strokes over Topias now, who's going to be locking in his 3. And not
Lots
the
of movement.
easiest hole. Definitely a bit of tricks here and there. You need a soft landing, a nice shape, couple trees in the way. Well,
I would
nice to see
agree.
a good variety of throws there.
Let's take it into hole 14. Second par 5 on the course. 269 meters. Got this banana tree in the middle of the fairway. Looks to be about your lie for the first drive. Get yourself in position to go down this tunnel. Lots of trees all over the place. Not too much to deal with until you get into the green where it starts to bottleneck. Tough hole. We saw some interesting lines last round where everybody was trying just big, huge shots over all the trees and just hoping for the best.
You're right, that was definitely an interesting strategy. Perhaps the corridor feeling a little bit too claustrophobic, the tight lines. Let's see if these men opt for the over the top again.
Niklas wanting nothing to do with that, going dead straight up the middle. Getting the hyzer skip on the end. That's looking beautiful.
Very clean shot. Love the height off the ground. Lauri now. Also making a little hyzer flip. Even gets a bit of ride out of it. Let's see if he can bring it back left to the clear. He brings it up there.
A little wide right, but I don't think that's in a bad position whatsoever. Just right next to Niklas. Great shot.
Absolutely. Topias now. Ooh, getting a bit of beat down by the wind. You saw it dramatically rise and drop there, and unfortunately he fades out a bit early left. Will have some trees to contend with on his second. Seppo now. Also riding that wind, gets a little bit of a bounce.
Oh, this is
splits
good.
the middle.
This is real good.
Fantastic. He hits that perfect landing zone, center fairway. Beautiful.
Topias really in trouble there, just having to jump putt out of the woods, get himself in position to try and push it to the green from here.
But look at this.
Oh, wow.
Beautifully
Get some
shaped
skips
shot.
and some rolls. Yeah, I believe he's still going to be a bit short from the green, but that was a fantastic drive nonetheless.
Topias has been scrambling out of these roughs very well, so I commend him for getting out of a tough situation.
Oh, Niklas just driving it into the ground with that second shot. Did not get too much play from there. I'll have to see what he has for his third.
May have been hoping for some ground play, perhaps a skip shot, but a bit low. Lauri with the connection gets the full flight of the disc up there.
Seppo with the same disc from the drive.
Is he going for it?
It sure looks like it, doesn't it?
Oh, you saw the look in his eye. The hope was there, and then the next second, off it went.
You
Surely
could see
connected
the
with
eyes
something.
just glistening there, like, please do it.
Oh, and Anttila looking frustrated. Perhaps a overturned anhyzer or a unfortunate roller cut angle. He will have still quite a lot to get to the basket.
Yeah, that is 2 errant shots in a row for Niklas. Unfortunate with the textbook drive.
And Lauri making his way into the green. A few trees left, but edge of circle, maybe inside the circle. A fine spot. Anttila now jump putting his way towards the basket, but leaving a little more.
Yeah, that's close to circle's edge there for the par.
Topias fires it off. Look at that. And hits the tree, but nestles 4 or 5 meters away. I think he'll be all right with that.
Yeah, that was a long bit outside circle 2. Just laying it up. Take that easy par and move to the next hole. This is Seppo for eagle. Oh.
The second eagle bid we have seen in round 2 from him. Definitely a man to get after it. And Niklas now trying to recover after some poor shots.
Just outside the circle. Great putt to save the par from Niklas.
Fantastic composition on the man. Brings down the par after a lot of struggles on this hole. Fantastic finish as Lauri does the same, but cashes in his birdie. Topias now looking to follow suit. Drop this one in.
Looks a bit further than I expected it. Oh, and he squeaks it in right side, though.
Squeaks it in, maintains his par with Anttila, still 3 strokes behind. Definitely leading a charge, though, on this card towards our leader.
And the tap-in birdie for Seppo will bring him to 10 down for the round. As we head into hole 15, par 3, 89 meters. This is basically a dead straight shot. But you got OB all the way around the basket.
And perhaps a bit of reprieve from the wind with the tree line now might calm things down a little bit.
That could very well be. You're going to have a little bit of a lull in the wind here. Just hit your line, slide it up soft on this fast green. Try not to get on the edge of the disc. Keep away from flaring.
Lauri with the forehand, looking to maybe flex it out.
Ooh, he got a couple of tree branch taps that straighten the disc out a bit.
Certainly a look.
He's just inside the circle.
Seppo, I think, will opt for this backhand turnover, a shape we often see out of him.
Oh, yeah, that's just gorgeous.
And you can see why he likes to throw that. Fantastic shot from him. Anttila now, perhaps some struggles on the last hole. But Shaping up nicely. He sneaks
Oh,
past that tree and puts it.
Oh, just outside the bullseye. Just had a bit too much ground play there, but nonetheless, he is parked for the birdie.
Absolutely. Good to see him get back on the train. Topias also looking for that backhand line, but not getting as much turnover as the others. He leaks a little bit left into the trees. Probably circle two.
Looked like too stable of a disc, or he just didn't get the Anheuser angle on it from the beginning like he wanted.
Just a little bit low. He'll tap his 3 in as the rest of our card looks for their birdies now.
Oh, yeah.
That man has had some very clean putting today. He's done a good
is.
job now to put 3 in a row together.
Absolutely. Great turkey.
Oh,
No way.
that hurts.
Dead center spit out from a Prodigy basket. That never happens. And the
Anttila
birdie
taking his
for,
birdie there.
for Anttila there.
As Topias takes his par.
Hole 16, par 4, 220 meters. This is a big one. You are winding yourself through this fairway. I believe I got this hole mixed up with the par 5. This is the hole that everybody was shooting it way over the top of the trees. Not really sure why, but for me this looks like a nice little flex shot righty backhand to set yourself up in the fairway. Just gotta beat this 2 trees in the middle here with your second shot.
Hardest
Slide
hole
it
of the
up
round.
into the green. Hey, at 220, you gotta pump it through the woods twice with over 100-meter drives. This is gonna be lots of teeth. Lots of teeth on this hole. And here we go.
We see the skylines again. Or rather, don't see them.
Yeah, the red discs are always invisidiscs once they get into the sky.
And very tough. Props to our cameramen to try and follow these bombs over the top. That's a nice angle there.
Niklas up next. Also big Sky Annie. Flexing out. Oh, he's left side fairway. That is close to those OB stakes.
Playing with fire. We'll see Seppo now. Lower line.
Roller.
Perhaps more traditional, I was going to say, but
Oh,
look at
do
this.
it.
Fly through the fairway.
Okay. Oh my gosh, can you ask for anything better? Just catching a tree at the edge of the rough, stopping the disc.
The guy's got some sick lines today.
He's got all the tricks in the bag.
Topias as well, looking to go high, perhaps split a little bit right, looked to be overturned. And Niklas up first.
And I just wouldn't expect much less when you're going huge sky shots in the woods. Most likely you're going to end up in the rough doing something like that. So these guys are all going to be in the woods, left side, right side, scrambling on their seconds.
But a very good one from Anttila, making it to open fairway.
No doubt. And Lauri is doing the same. Anheuser around the trees, and he will be in the fairway.
Definitely had some claps. Now, that blue basket is not the one, I believe.
Did Topias just hit first available? Oh. Yeah, he is. That is not the basket.
He's playing a separate fairway, folks. Off to the right. And we'll see if he can make his way back. Absolutely still in trouble.
Niklas with his third. Looking to get up and down for the par. That's got to turn over, though.
But he
Sop.
finds the fly.
Oh, wow. That was right there next to the OB once again. But he is safe.
And look at this backhand turnover. Sliding his way up, Seppo, backhand, roller air shot. Very well done by him to give himself a birdie look on the toughest hole of the day.
Lauri up with his sidearm. Just hanging it out too wide to the left, but he is in the circle looking to get that par putt.
And interestingly, in this strong field of MPO players, this hole, a par 4, averaged 4.9, potentially playing as a softer par 5. Definitely not one to mess around with.
That is a tough par 4. And Topias getting up and down. He is just going to have to take his medicine. And we'll check Niklas just outside the circle for the par. Oh, just right off the front cage.
Niklas showing his human side here. Still leading the card by some healthy strokes, though, as Seppo gives a low release.
Whoa, that just hung on to the fingers maybe a bit too long, and that's wide right.
Good putt by Lauri. And there we go, the correction from Seppo to take his par. Which on this, as mentioned, playing almost a par 5. You can see why there, folks. Unfortunately, Topias taking the double bogey.
Not bad, though, being in a completely other fairway of another hole.
Like I said, he's had a good scramble game. He's creative with his lines. Strong player.
Let's move on. Hole 17, 101 meters. This is going to be your righty backhand soft hyzer shot all day. Pretty wide gap, as we've been seeing in these woods. And you've got this green that's got a nice upslope right before the basket. Very easy target to hit, stop the disc, slide it up into that bullseye.
Lauri now 3 down through 4.
Hyzer looking a bit left, but catching a great tree kick. He will be in circle 2 for the birdie. A little longer of a look than you want on this hole, but nonetheless on the dance floor.
Seppo also catching a few trees on his way, giving himself a long look as well.
Yeah, that will be quite a bit out there. He might have to just settle for par on this one.
We'll see if our leader can make a statement here.
This looks more like it, just a bit inside. Just has to, yep, catching some love.
Absolutely.
That's what you gotta do.
And Topias now with some struggles on the last hole. Let's see if he can bounce back strong. Looking like a good line, perhaps a bit high, but splits the trees. Not quite, catches a branch and settles pretty soft.
Ooh, that was fast from Seppo. Oh, but he still gave it a little bid.
He's catching metal all day.
Topias up, mid-circle 2. That had no chance. That was just wide right the whole way. But should be not too much left for the par.
Short of his struggles on the last hole, he has put together a solid round.
Wow.
Lauri
from outside the circle. Stand still. Dead center chains. Solid birdie from this man. He is really getting it done on this back 9.
Mr. Lehtinen dropping some beautiful putts here today. And Anttila for the birdie says, hey guys, I am taking that all day.
99.6%er. That's what I like to call that. Bouncing off the front cage and in.
Topias and Seppo both with their long looks. Unfortunately, a tad short. They will be dropping in their pars.
Well, let's finish her off. We got hole 18, par 3, 138 meters. This is going to be your big righty backhand hyzer bomb from all these guys. Just get around this corner. Beat the trees on the left, but don't go too long because you do have OB around this basket as well.
Definitely contending with a lot of obstacles here, plus the power. The distance of 140 meter hyzer, par 3. We'll see what our players bring to the table.
Lauri up way in the sky.
You know what they say? The higher they fly, the harder they fall.
I see what you did there. Lauri coming up a little short left, but he is well up the fairway. Should be able to have maybe an obstructed look, but nonetheless an easy par.
Anttila putting some heat on that, and looks like he almost went long.
Did he go OB though? I saw the stake just at the end of the camera angle.
I do believe he was on the right side of that. May have a sort of a backdoor look. Seppo as well, giving it lots of width, lots of power. Also looks to be safe. They might have a gap in the back there.
That's a tough angle to see. We're gonna have to check where they give it to him. This is looking more like the line you want to hit, and that's skipping up, maybe tad bit on the left side, but that got around that guardian set of trees.
And he seems to be playing from his lie.
Wow,
drops
that
one
was
in
park job
from the heavens there, nestling right under the basket. Wow, and look at these guys giving bids from everywhere. Circle 1, 2, 3 doesn't matter as these guys get their discs right up to the basket. And the umbrella's coming out. Good putt by Seppo,
and
but
that was unfortunately in the OB or hazard zone for Seppo, and he will be taking the bogey.
But Anttila, they look to have very similar positions, but as you said, right by that stake, centimeters.
Well, let's take a look. That was the finishing hole for our lead card. Quite a roller coaster on the back nine. Thank you guys for joining us. Remember to like and subscribe. Stay tuned. We will be back for round 3. Let's take a look at the leaderboard here. We see Niklas finishing off the round with 16 under par. Coming in just a few strokes back is Lauri Lehtinen. And let's take a look at the leaderboard here. We have Jere Kukkarainen with a -9 for the day, coming in at 12 down.
Well done to him. I do see a 10 down from Jesse Nieminen. We had some coverage on round 1.
Coming back from that even round 1 score, fighting his way up into the top 10. That a boy.
Thank you to all of you watching and listening, and we will see you in round 3.